How you doing? See, I think these are good, and I want to tell you why I think they're good. They're good because they show intent, and you're showing what you haven't written about. You're showing. You're telling us exactly what this is making these creatures, and that's good. That's smart. And you said you're not the best sketch artist, and that's cool. That's fine. You don't have to be when you can show your ideas and express your ideas like this. You don't have to be a great sketch artist. There's nothing wrong with labeling your sketches so everyone makes sure that that's a cowbell. Do you know what I'm saying? And not a juice cup. You know what I'm saying? I mean, little things like that are very important. So don't worry about it. As long as you're showing intent, you're fine. These sketches are good. I think they are good because they are showing intent. Now, I want to point out a couple of things. And I want to say that you're free to go in whichever direction you deem the most appropriate. I do think this guy has a lot of potential. It's a cute face. And speaking of cute faces, you've done this. You've actually built the faces with musical instrument pieces, parts, so to speak. So that's good. So you're not just throwing a face on an amp with two trumpets for arms. Do you see what I'm saying? You're actually thinking it out. That's great. That's great. One thing I do want to mention is that this is going to happen, and you're going to find out. So let's circumvent this now. Let me know if this makes sense. Okay. So you want to use really well-defined objects, and the reason being is because, don't forget, we're going to be putting this on a background eventually. So some of these smaller little minute pieces like that guitar wire for the mouth, and I think it's a triangle. What is it called? A mallet? A triangle mallet? Whatever. The stick to hit the triangle. So you've got that, but little things like that, and especially this guitar wire, and especially this, these chords. You know what? They're going to disappear in the background and it doesn't matter what you put this on, these things are going to disappear because they're so tiny. So think about that. Think about using more substantial pieces, parts for especially the smaller, minute areas, okay? Things like chords and string and spaghetti, and as you can imagine, things like that just, they never work out. And typically students don't find out until later on, until they put this on a background. And that's kind of why I want to mention it right now. Okay, as far as the actual image, the actual creatures themselves, I like this one the best, and I'll tell you why. I think it shows the most movement. The rest are just like this. If you can imagine, they're just like this or like this. You can see my arms like this, or like this. You see what I'm saying? So by giving, this guy's just got his arms out like this. You see what I'm saying? So this guy's got movement, and I think that's why he's got the most potential. He doesn't have a whole lot of movement. I'd like you to work on adding some movement to this, because as you can imagine, movement adds story. Story adds narrative. Narrative adds, you guessed it, interest. So think about that, and also start thinking, yes, this early in the stage, I want you to start thinking about what kind of a background you'd like to place this in. You know what I'm saying? So that you can start to, like I said, start thinking in foresight about things like this and this little thing right here getting lost in a background, okay? Other than that, good job. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, I'm fine with you moving in whichever direction that you deem most appropriate. But if you do have any questions, feel free to give me a holler. All right, good job, thanks.